there's a great discussion about when a court should consider a final date entered. That means, when does a court consider what date the final order was entered? Because the timing is really important. There's a lot of deadlines, 30 days, 2 years, etc., based on when the final order was entered. And this is so important in the Zoom era because we send in orders to the judge, not always on the same day that the judge makes the decision. The judge tells us, fill out the order, send me the order. We don't always get it to him the same day. Then the judge signs that order, not always even on the same day then. The judge sends it to a clerk who enters it. That's not on the same day either. Sometimes it is, but not always. This was so important because they went through all the steps. It says, first of all, Rule 272, Illinois Supreme Court Rule 272, says the final date should be when the order was signed. The Illinois Supreme Court said in Granite City Lodge versus City of Granite City that there needs to be a public expression in words at the situs of the proceeding. So if a judge announced his ruling at the hearing and everyone was there, that's sufficient for that to be the final date. Then this rule is reinforced by another case called People versus Perez, where a judge signed an order, but he didn't do it on the hearing date. And so then they said, well, if he didn't do it in public, it's not a public expression. So therefore, we're gonna have to wait until it actually gets filed by the clerk, and that filing by the clerk feels like a public expression, and so that's the filing date. So based on that, I updated my filing deadlines in an Illinois divorce article to cover these great rules. Then there's another divorce citation in this little Rule 23 case about an employment dispute in regarding the marriage of Izzo, which says that courts can dismiss courts can dismiss motions under Cook County Rule 2.3 if the person bringing the motion doesn't demand a hearing on the motion within 90 days. So I updated my what is a motion in an Illinois divorce case. What is a motion in an Illinois divorce article? Courts sort of don't consider them super important. They're not citation worthy, but you can look to them for direction, but they can't look to them for enforcement, as it were. So this one little Rule 23 case gave me 4 article updates, 4 sets of distinct rules that I can use in the future to help my clients. That's 4 sets of rules that I've now internalized because I read them, I wrote them, and now I'm talking about them. So these rules are stuck in my head, and anytime I get a client where I can apply these rules, I hope they'll pop back up. They usually do. And then I look it up in my articles for the citation.